Richard Simmons tomorrow morning at 9.
Pietro.
Mike, what in heaven's name?
So you're Pietro. I've wanted to meet you for a long time.
Gavin, just take it easy.
I know this comes as a surprise, but let me introduce you. This is Ellis Campbell, otherwise known as Pietro. Dr. Cavanaugh, you know, and this is Mrs. Cavanaugh and Gavin Wiley.
So what's he doing here? Why isn't he in jail where he belongs?
Oh, Jody described you perfectly, Mr. Wiley. All right, look, maybe we can get through this in a civilized manner if we all just sit down and hear what Mike and Mr. Campbell have to say.
Please, sit down.
Thank you. All right, Mike. What is this all about?
Yeah, this ought to be interesting.
Let me preface this by telling you that Mr. Campbell is now cooperating with the police, and he has been released on his own recognizance.
Are you serious? After what he did to Jody?
I never meant to harm Jody. I know she told you that. Now, what I did was rash, and I bungled it, but I swear I never meant to hurt her.
Oh, yeah, she told us that, but of course she wouldn't think
Gavin,
anything.
please.
Mr. Wiley, I assure you
You can
that
assure me all you want. But the fact remains that you put Jody's life and safety in jeopardy. First, by keeping her captive for almost 48 hours, then by making her watch when you tried to murder Chad Sutherland, and finally by asking her to come meet you secretly while you're wanted by the police. And you're telling me that you didn't want to harm her?
Gavin, will you calm down? Let's just hear what Mike has to say.
Gavin, we all know what Jody has suffered. None of us likes it or condones it.
Including me.
Then why did you do it?
Gavin!
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
The fact is that my office and the police believe that there is more to be gained by everyone concerned if Mr. Campbell is granted immunity.
Immunity? You mean no punishment for what he did?
Mrs. Cavanaugh, I've already been punished enough by their police, not yours.
There. You mean in Eden?
Nicole, we need Mr. Campbell's help. We need it very much. That's why we're going to ask for immunity from prosecution in exchange for that help. However, there is one very important consideration, just how Jody feels about this.
Pietro,
Jody.
you're free. Oh, you're free.
Well, Mike, I think you've just had an answer to your question.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Cascade, the dishwasher detergent that leaves dishes and glasses virtually spotless. And by Spick and Span. Spick and Span, it helps your floor show its true colors.
Howdy. Another new floor?
Hi, Minnie. No, this tile's the color my floor's supposed to be.
Well, looks like dirt's got all scuffed in.
And dulled its true colors.
To show your floor's true colors, clean it with Spick and Span.
Spick and Span on my no-wax floor?
Works great. Ground-in dirt can dull your floor, hide its true colors. But nothing cleans better than Spick and Span. It cleans deep into crevices and lifts out scuffed-in dirt.
But is it safe for my floor?
Why, sure. No liquid cleaner's safer.
Great. Spick and Span will make my floor look new again.
Nothing can do that. But it will get it the truest color it can be.
That's the floor I fell in love with.
Told you. Spick and Span helps your floor show its true colors.
Every day, people face the moment of truth. The moment they decide if their dishwasher detergent did the job
If I have to rewash the glasses.
or didn't quite do the job.
Spots. I have to rewash the glasses.
That moment when
There better not be spots on the glasses. There are spots on the glasses.
try Cascade. See, most detergents can leave drops that spot, but Cascade sheeting action leaves glasses virtually spotless. That Cascade moment of truth.
Look at that shine. Now that's beautiful.
For virtually spotless dishes, try Cascade and make that moment of truth your moment of glory.
You did great, Cascade.
Now, let's see. WMON budget, August of 1982, as compared to this time last year. For heaven's sake, how do they expect me to finish out the year with a budget like this? Now, where have I heard that recently? Oh, yes. from Raven. How does Skylar expect her to exist now that he's taken away everything she owns? And I think of what Raven had at this time last year. Skylar and Raven. Wonder what they're saying to each other right now across the table. Are they holding hands or are they throwing plates at each other? And who would pay for the damage? Raven can't afford it, and Skylar's too stubborn to dig into his pocket for a nickel where Raven's concerned. Oh dear, that would leave me to pay for all that broken china. Oh well, I can charge it to entertainment, I suppose. Still, you shouldn't be so negative, Geraldine. They're probably enjoying each other's company and having a delightful time after all. Raven, I certainly didn't expect you back so soon.
Well, I didn't expect to be back so soon.
I have the vague suspicion the afternoon was not a success.
Whatever gave you that idea? The rat!
All right, give me the gory detail.
You won't believe it.
I will if you'll calm down and tell me.
It's absolutely incredible how devious that man is. Everyone said that my husband was devious. Well, he was a rank amateur compared to the real Skylar Whitney.
So, Skylar had an ulterior motive for asking you to lunch.
He certainly did. The whole time when he asked me out, I thought it was because he was trying to make amends for the rotten way he treated me by throwing me out with nothing.
So, what did Skylar want?
He wanted something from me. This key. The key that was in the pocket of that coat that they wrapped around me when they threw me out of the house.
But why is it significant?
Well, I guess it opens some safety deposit box that you need 2 keys to open. Skylar has one, and I have the other.
But what's in the safe deposit box?
I don't know. And neither does Skylar. He just hates the fact that my husband probably hid away a few dollars, and he can't wait to get his hands on it, as if he doesn't have all the money in the world already.
Raven, you're going to hate this, I know. But technically, rightfully, and ethically, that key belongs to Skylar.
It certainly does not. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and I possess it. So let's see him just try to get it away. I don't care if he wonders what's in that box for the rest of his life.
Spencer?
Hello, Sky. You back already?
Yes.
How was your lunch with Raven?
As a luncheon partner, I would have preferred Lucretia Borgia, a poison ring and all. I need a drink.
I can see that. What happened?
If you mean the key, I didn't get it.
Why not?
Would you believe this? When I mentioned it, her eyes got as big as saucers, those long lashes fluttered like awnings in the wind, and she said breathlessly, "What key?" What key? As if she didn't know I could have cheerfully strangled her.
So she refused to give it up.
She refused to acknowledge its existence.
But she admitted to me that she had it.
Ah, she says you're mistaken.
Damn!
You know, she could give a course in how to be devious in 10 easy lessons. I should have realized she and I could never be anything but adversaries. It's my own fault everything went badly.
Why do you say that?
Well, things were going so well. It was great atmosphere, champagne. I was never more charming, and she, I hate to admit it, never looked more beautiful. There was some inconsequential small talk. How nice so you look, how nice to be here. And then I said, you know, this would all be complete except for one little thing. I'm missing a certain key. And then the curtain came down with a bang.
Well, that's not exactly your fault, Skylar. What else could you have done?
I could have waited until she was more mellow. Perhaps another bottle of champagne would have done it.
Oh, it's so frustrating, especially since now I'm convinced that those 2 keys will open a deposit box at that institution I was saying about. Only with one key, without the other, it's useless.
Well, at least that's something. We know she can't open the box either.
Well, that's hardly much comfort, Skylar. If she's going to continue to hang tough, we will never discover the contents of the box.
Contents? What could be in that? Gems, cash, bonds? Whatever it is, our dear departed Mr. Brown obviously thought it important enough to keep it under lock and 2 keys. I've got to find out what's in it.
But how if Raven continues to be so stubborn?
I don't know. We got to think of something. Maybe we can sue her. The threats won't work. I promised her I wouldn't prosecute. Not that I wouldn't gladly break that promise, but I put it in writing.
Well, I guess there's not much point in mulling it over now, at least not for the moment. But I have a hunch we're going to come up with something that'll give us some leverage with that lady.
The only thing I can think of right now is a wooden stake through the heart.
That might work if we could find out where she keeps the coffin she sleeps in. Well, Sky, let's try not to worry about it for now. We've been in much more difficult situations before.
Hopefully we'll come up with something. I want that damn key as much as I want the Monticello News. And right now, I can't have either of them.
Lisa Papalardo thinks she's tasting her mother's homemade spaghetti sauce.
Perfect.
But her mother really gave her ragu home-style spaghetti sauce.
Look at all those green chunks and things in there. It's got pieces of tomato. And it doesn't taste like a jarred sauce. I can spot those in a minute.
Ragu home-style tastes like homemade because it's made like homemade.
This isn't my mother's? No, it isn't. It's from a jar. You're kidding. I know.
They'll never see me again, Rags. I'll go far away. These Garanimals are for job interviews. All these shirts go with those pants. That's how Garanimals work. See? Just match tags. Mom bought all this for me. She said Garanimals are worth it. And so am I.
Tommy.
For girls and boys, toddlers to teens, Garanimals.
Thank you, Miles.
Yes, I, for one, need this after everything that's happened this afternoon.
Here's to both of you. You're to be congratulated for the way you handled this situation. Frankly, I wasn't keen about bringing that young man over here. But then I thought better of it when I realized that at least I would get an honest response from Jody, pro or con.
Well, that's all right, Mike. I understand that you're anxious to resolve a lot of things from the legal aspect.
Gavin certainly got a little hot under the collar, didn't he?
Yes, well, I don't blame him, do you?
No, I certainly don't.
Under the circumstances, I can't blame him either. I know he's very protective of Jody, as well he should be.
Well, I think the thing he's most upset about is Pietro's being granted immunity. Frankly, I'm not very happy about that either.
Nor am I.
I can understand that. But I'm going to tell you something in confidence, which might make it clear and perhaps more acceptable. Ellis Campbell is being granted immunity for one reason only, because what he told us may be true.
About what? About the link between the government of Eden and the criminal element here in Monticello?
Exactly. We're giving him immunity so that he will testify to everything he knows, which might lead to prove that that link exists. In other words, we're hoping to catch bigger fish than just one rebellious kid. I'll tell you something else, again in confidence. There is a special police task force investigating this. There's a funny smell here, but we can't indict just on hunches or vague allegations. We've got to have more facts, and that's what we're digging for right now.
Well, I suppose that puts a different light on it.
A criminal link between Monticello and Eden. You know, that was the main point of that documentary script that someone submitted to the station a few weeks ago.
A documentary script? I'd like to see that, Nicole.
Well, okay, I can have a copy sent over to your office tomorrow morning.
Well, now, look, we better warn him that it seemed more like a call to arms than a documentary. There's plenty of emotional flag-waving, but not many facts to back up the allegations. That's why WMON didn't produce it.
Who wrote it? Do you remember?
No, but there is an agent's name and address on the title page, if that would help in your investigations.
Yes, it would.
Look, Mike, I can understand why you want to get information out of this Pietro, but I can't understand you releasing him like this.
I don't understand that either. He has broken the law. He has put Jody's safety in jeopardy more than once. How do you know he's not going to do something like blow up the consulate of Eden, for example?
We don't, Nicole, but Derek and I questioned him very carefully for hours, and we're both convinced that he is no danger to anyone. Now, Jody's attitude shows that she shares that same view. So, by releasing him, we don't think that he's going to be a danger to anyone or risk the public safety.
Oh, Jody, I have so much to thank you for. Believing in me, saving my life, and now giving me my freedom.
She can't set you free. The law doesn't need the victim's permission to prosecute.
But I won't help them prosecute, Gavin. I mean, if they asked me to testify, I wouldn't. I'd say that Pietro did not kidnap me and that it was voluntary.
You mean you'd lie?
That's not necessary now.
Look, Pietro, you've gotten what you wanted. You've got your freedom. And the best way to show your gratitude is to leave Jody alone and take your crusade somewhere else.
You don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm not going to bother Jody. My work here is finished. And all my enthusiasm for that crusade in Eden has been crushed by what happened to my family. The murder of my father and brothers has left me with nothing to do. Avenging them isn't going to bring them back to life.
Oh, Pietro, I'm sorry. I do feel terrible about that.
I know you do. But I'm not asking for sympathy.
Well, you've got it. From both of us.
Thank you. Now, there's just one thing that I have left to do.
What?
I have to talk to Chad Sutherland. I have to find out the details of how my father and my brothers were killed.
That's a lousy idea. Under the circumstances, I don't think you can trust yourself near Sutherland.
Gavin's right. I mean, you were saved from doing a terrible thing last time. You can't put it to the test again.
Jody, you don't have to worry. I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going there in anger. I just need some information.
No, I don't...
Jody, please. I must do this. I have to.
Let me tell you something, Loomis. That's the worst news I've ever heard. I mean, that's worse than eating half a bowl of soup and then finding a big black bug at the bottom. You know what the Greeks used to do back in ancient Greece? Let me tell you something. You know when the messenger used to come in with the bad news and they used to deliver it to the big shots and them Tiogas there? They used to take the messenger outside and they used to decapitate him. That's what I said, decapitate him, yeah. Don't take it personal. Look, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I got to think about it. I got to come up with some kind of an answer here. You just sit tight and wait till you hear from me, you understand? Yeah, thanks. More bad news.
What?
That was Loomis on the phone. They found the guy who kidnapped that Jody Travis, and they let him go.
What? What they let him go for? I mean, they know he's guilty, don't they?
You don't have to be a genius to figure that out. He's playing some kind of hanky-panky. That's why they let him go.
Like what? What do you mean?
Like, maybe he's spilling his guts out? He knows everything there is to know about the connection between the Republic of Eden and us.
Smile and hold it, hold it!
I've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
The fever for the flavor of a Pringles?
It's a deep fried taste. It's the crispy crunch. Pass the Pringles, please. I need a bunch. We've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
It's the deep fried taste.
It's the crispy crunch. We've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
No preservatives, regular light rippled.
You'll catch the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
Hi, honey.
Oh, hi. A teddy bear? Oh, honey, couldn't you have gotten him a football or something?
Isn't he a little young for that?
Well, isn't he a little young for this?
That's new secret for me.
But you already have some.
Old secret. This is new improved secret spray.
Oh, yeah? What's new?
Secret's new spray is concentrated. It keeps me drier.
Concentrated, huh?
Mm-hmm. Works even better than before.
Oh, let me try it.
Ah, still for women. Smell.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, that's pretty. But if it's so much better, why
Sorry,
couldn't...
sport.
New improved secret keeps women even drier.
There's some good country singers in my family, and some great Crisco cooks. And when we get together, we share our best Crisco cooking.
Aunt Loretta, you gotta tell me how you made these turnovers.
Well, I start with a Crisco crust. Then I mix up my apples, cranberries, and cinnamon. I scoop it in the crust and bake. Then I put on the icing.
The crust is so flaky.
That's Crisco.
Look for Loretta's family recipes in your favorite women's magazines.
Crisco do you proud every time.
Well, that was an interesting lunch.
Yeah, it was nice.
Not much enthusiasm today, is there?
I said it was a nice lunch.
I wish you could have enjoyed the company a little bit more.
I enjoyed the company.
Good. Okay, stop. Let's talk. What is this?
Jim, I just don't have much to say, okay?
Come on, Val. Your whole manner's upset. What is it? Is it this coat, this gift from Buffy Revere?
Why should that upset me? I mean, you look very handsome in it.
Sit down, please. Sit down. I want to explain something to you. Now, why should I try to antagonize Buffy Revere by rejecting her gifts? It's very important to me that she helped me revitalize the theater. Now, why reject what she wants to give?
Jim, for a grown-up guy, you are being naive. Buffy wants another Johnny Gentry, and you are the prime candidate at the moment.
There's a name for guys like Gentry, and I'm not a member of that group, okay? This is a gift, that's all, from a generous friend. There's no strings attached to this coat or to me. Not now and not ever.
All right, I know that. You're not Johnny Gentry. It takes two to dance that tango. That's not your style.
That's right. I need Buffy. I need her money. I'm the first one to admit that. Without it, I couldn't redo the theater. So I'll grin and I'll wear the silly coat just because mine's threadbare, okay?
Okay.
You know what I think? I think you're just looking for an excuse to be mad at me.
am doing no such thing.
That makes sense. You still want to see Sky. And you're feeling guilty about it, and if you're mad at me, you won't feel so guilty.
Oh, Mr. Psychology. You really have it all figured out, don't you?
Yeah. How about that kiss?
How about a punch in the nose,
How about
you?
a kiss? Is there no justice?
Excuse me, I'm looking for Miss Valerie Bryson.
I'm Valerie Bryson.
Well, I apologize for coming to your home, but I did try your studio several times and you weren't there.
Well, I was out, and I've just been here a few minutes.
I see.
Excuse me, you don't mind my being interested here? Who are you and what do you want?
Just a few moments at Miss Bryson's time to answer some questions. George Foley, CEA, Counter-Espionage Agency.
Sutherland, what are you doing here? I thought you were in jail. Get out now, or I'll call the police.
That won't be necessary. I'm not here to make trouble, and I'm not going to harm you. I just want to talk. Look, no weapons.
You just want to talk?
Yes. The police released me. I've been granted immunity.
Well, well, a little plea bargaining, huh? I guess you knew just how to work it.
I didn't work anything. It wasn't my idea. I asked for nothing. On her own volition, Jody Travis has agreed not to prosecute me.
A victim has nothing to say about it. There must be another reason.
Yes, there is, but I'm not going to discuss it with you.
Well, isn't that why you're here? To get me to agree not to help the prosecution?
No. That's not the reason I'm here, Sutherland. I'm here for information. I want to know exactly how my father and my brothers were killed.
I already told Jody all I know about how your father and brothers were killed trying to escape from prison. I'm deeply sorry about that, believe me. But I'll tell you what everyone else knows. My father had nothing to do with it.
I'm convinced you really believe that. Of course. You've heard this story so many times. Traitors are caught in a kidnapped attempt or something. They're thrown into prison and then they're murdered while attempting to escape. It's the classic solution for getting rid of your enemies. Very common with the butchers that are running our country, especially the biggest butcher of all, your father.
Look! You won't get anywhere or accomplish anything by making accusations at my father. I need help, Pietro, but I can't give it to you. I'm sorry.
Sutherland. Sutherland. I don't want your help. I want your life.
Margaret, don't use Ambisol for a scraped knee. It's for minor mouth pain.
Sure it is, Mom, but it's for minor cuts, scrapes, and burns, too.
Ambisol does it all. It's a first aid remedy, so it kills pain fast. An antiseptic that kills germs. And it's a burn medicine to soothe and cool minor burns.
I still say there's nothing better for toothaches, teething, or cold sores.
And it's great for cuts, scrapes, and burns, too.
Ambisol does it all. Kills pain and germs on contact.
All cats are wild for meat. All cats. So Frisky's Buffet just made 3 new meat dinners. New beef stew, new liver entree, new prime entree. Doesn't that look meaty and delicious? Back, boy, back! And they taste ferociously good.
Easy.
Give the king of your jungle new Frisky's Buffet meat dinners for cats. Frisky's Buffet, one of the great things about being a cat.
On Ryan's Hope.
I just want to know that you're all right.
I'm not all right.
Sorry.
You're still involved in the organization, and you've never stopped lying to me about it.
I was protecting
You were protecting yourself.
Ryan's Hope.
Here, dear, drink this, whether you like it or not. It's hot tea.
Do I have to?
Yes, because I say so. Now, I see no reason at all why you should be so disturbed about all this. It's true, Skylar was not completely honest with you about this luncheon engagement. But if I may say so, it was no more devious than many of the things I have seen you do all of your life.
How can you possibly say that to me?
Because it's perfectly true. Skylar is trying to manipulate you because he wants something that you have. The only thing is, he's using honey tactics instead of vinegar.
Want to know something? You're absolutely right. And the only way to fight honeyed tactics is with honey.
I'm going for a walk around the grounds. I'll get that. Whitney residence? One moment, I'll see. It's Raven. Would you like to speak with her? By all means. Hello.
Hello, darling. I just couldn't wait another minute without telling you how delightful lunch was.
Well, it's very kind of you, but I was under the impression you weren't very happy when we parted.
Oh, quite the contrary. I had a really nice time. And about that key that you were talking about?
The what key?
Oh, the one that meant so much to you. I just thought that maybe if you wanted to discuss it further, we could have dinner.
Honestly, Jody, I don't know why you insisted on coming to the studio now.
Would you stop being such a grouch? Besides, I can't help remembering what happened last time Chad and Pietro got together, so there's no harm in checking in on them, is there?
No.
No, not at all.
Patsy, you were right about Purina Cat Chow.
It's the good-for-your cat food with unsurpassed nutrition.
And he really loves it.
You know, when veterinarians recommend a cat food, more recommend Cat Chow brand than any other.
Is that why Cat Chow cats get all A's?
That's why they do the chow, chow, chow.
Depend on Purina Cat Chow.
The good-for-your cat food.
Chow, chow, chow.
Now that our family's growing up, we rely even more on Silverstone's non-stick convenience. Take breakfast. It's everyone for himself. French toast for Anne, eggs for Tom, pancakes for Peggy, and easy cleanup for all of us. With all this use, you'd think the non-stick surface would wear out, but it hasn't. That's one more reason we love it.
Look for the Silverstone seal on cookware, bakeware, and electrics. Silverstone, the most durable non-stick surface ever made by DuPont.
Come on along, Thursday, September 2nd, with last year's hottest new show. Joni Loves Chachi returns at 8, 7 Central and Mountain. Then, meet two occult investigators in a comedy special. They're scared silly right after the return of Joni Loves Chachi. Thursday, September 2nd.
Tonight, the stage is set for danger when a country western singer turns killer on the Fall Guy. Then Crystal looks into the face of death when she discovers Claudia with a loaded gun on Dynasty. Tonight on ABC.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, America's gambling its high-tech leadership for short-term profits.
That's the basis of the American system. Making the quick buck.
Is revolutionary research a thing of the past? ABC News uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
Hug me, Sarucci, love me, Sarucci, you got me, Sarucci, you got me, Sarucci.
Available at Gimbel's.
I'm Connie Tong. Coming up on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, the Marines land in Beirut, 800 strong. We'll tell you all about the orders they were given. And we'll have the inside story of a New Jersey Marine who's among the troops sent in. We'll also have this report.
Were UFOs flying over Garwood, New Jersey last night? Well, a couple of police officers here sure think so. I'm Chi-Chi Williams, and I'll have their story.
Also, a New York congressman resigns. We'll tell you why. And poltergeist for real at 5.
Captain, I've got a problem.
Oh.
My rice is all stuck together.
Well, you didn't use Uncle Ben's.
Rice is rice.
Uncle Ben's converted brand is different.
Look, this rice is sticky and starchy. Uncle Ben's is separate. Uncle Ben steams away starch to help keep your rice from getting sticky.
Makes a difference.
My compliments, ma'am. No more sticky problems.
Thanks to Uncle Ben.
When only the best will do, say Uncle Ben's.
Richard Simmons tomorrow